the desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
And breaking today at noon, 20 people have now been arrested for looting in the LA wildfire evacuation zones. This as the fires continue to tear through people's homes and livelihoods. Thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Jeff Stahl, and in our continuing Fire Watch coverage, we're tracking the very latest as more than 180,000 people are out of their homes right now. Police in LA say that they will arrest people in the evacuation areas who don't belong there as they work to protect property from looters. Now, take a look at this map here. There are 5 active fires burning around the LA area right now. News Channel 3's Garrett Hoddle. He is there at the first and the biggest of those fires, the Palisades fire, today at noon. Garrett, now you're seeing a lot of devastation all around you. Look at that scene behind you. Wow.
Yeah, hi, Jeff. That's right. We know that county officials are working across the county right here in LA County specifically and the state to manage these major wildfires that are wreaking havoc across LA County. We know from the Pacific to Pasadena, we've seen the destruction firsthand, and we know so far at least 5 people have been killed. We know thousands of structures have been destroyed and thousands of people continue to flee the flames as they continue to expand and firefighters work on getting a grasp of the situation. We've also learned today that now there are people trying to take advantage of the situation. The County of Supervisors now taking a look at looters taking advantage of the situation right here in the county.
Shame on those who are preying on our residents during this time of crisis. The emergency order will be strictly enforced by the Sheriff's Department, who are proactively patrolling to protect these communities from looting and any criminal activity.
So we're in Malibu. We're just south of the Palisades fire that, as you mentioned, has blossomed over 15,000 acres, I think 17,000, as you mentioned in the last update. And firefighters have actually gained some ground. We've actually seen several aircraft begin to pick up loads of water to fight that fire. We also know that just last evening, a lot of the helicopters that were battling the flames were having to drop their loads in complete darkness to try to get a hold of the situation. The good news is winds have died down at least a little bit, especially compared to what people were dealing with yesterday and the day before. Tuesday was really when this thing exploded, and then it blossomed yesterday. Now, for the moment being, firefighters are starting to get a handle on the situation, and we're continuing to monitor it, and we'll bring you updates throughout the evening. For now, reporting in Malibu, Garrett Hoddle, News Channel 3.
Hey, thank you, Garrett. Again, having a hard time getting signals out of some of those fire areas because a lot of the infrastructure is gone as well now. And in fact, officials today say that they don't really have an exact number of known dead from these fires, as they have yet to use cadaver dogs to go in and search neighborhoods, homes that have burned. They say they don't know how high that number might go. Of course, stay with us. We'll bring you the latest as we learn it there. Now, this is a map of the fires and where they're burning now. Now, you can see here is the Sunset Fire, right there on your screen, the Lydia, the Eaton, the Hearst, and Palisades fire zones. Now let's take a look at the evacuations and evacuation warnings around them right now. The largest, again, is this Palisades fire. It's at more than 17,000 acres near Santa Monica. The area right here in the orange, that's with the red line around it, that's the fire area. People in the yellow areas, they're under evacuation warnings, and the red areas are evacuation orders. Those people would need to leave right now if they haven't already left. Now, today, LA's fire chief said that thousands of homes and other structures have burned in this Palisades fire. Now, let's go now to the Eaton fire. The Eaton fire, we're just learning that 4 firefighters have been injured, and that's according to, right now, we're learning the LA Fire Department. We can tell you that authorities are also calling for an immediate evacuation of Mount Wilson, which is home to an array of broadcast transmission towers. Mount Wilson, there are a number of LA stations, both radio and television outlets. A number of other broadcasters have outlets there, broadcast towers. They've also called in for evacuations for the observatory due to the fast spreading flames there. Now, the Eaton fire, more than 10,000 acres. Again, this is all near Pasadena. Again, you can see that fire area, the whole area there in the red is where the fire is actively burned or is burning currently right now. The yellow areas, though, are evacuated. evacuation warning areas. That means people need to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Now, the Hearst fire, it's burning near San Fernando. This is near the 210, the I-5 interchange. It's at 855 acres, 10% containment there. And there's still a large chunk still under evacuation orders there, warnings as well. Crews working on getting that containment number up today. And some good news for the 43-acre Sunset Fire, much smaller fire. This one, though, in the Hollywood Hills surrounding L.A. Take a look. You can see on CAL FIRE's map there are no longer any evacuation orders or warnings. Those were all lifted this morning. And to the north, the Lydia Fire, that's west of Acton, up in the mountains toward the high deserts, at 40% containment. You can see on the map there that there are no evacuation warnings or orders for anyone who might need assistance. If their home is under an evacuation order, though, you can visit redcross.org for a complete list of evacuation shelters and resources that are available. Well, resources are being pushed hard to the limit, in fact, as these fires continue to burn in and around Los Angeles County. Local crews from the Coachella Valley, they're in L.A. helping to fight the fire. Cathedral City's fire chief says a crew of 5 drove to L.A. last night. They had not yet received a specific assignment, but they were expected to relieve crews who've been working for 24 hours straight, if not longer. The chief explains the supplies crews are taking with them.
They're going to take all their wildland stuff, their fire shelters, boots, things to protect them. And then as far as MREs, like the military meals ready to eat, we send them out with the equipment and supplies to be self-sufficient for 72. Our crews will look to relieve them either tonight or in the morning, depending on the fire spread. And then at that point, they'll decide, are they going on 12-hour shifts or 24-hour shifts? And getting on that, they call it a work-rest cycle, is going to be key to our people. How do we fit in to their system when we get there?
Now, he says that they are anticipating that the crew would be committed for 2 to 3 days based on the predicted fire weather forecast.